I didn't want to do it at first, they'd been after me for 2 years. As it turned out, we played all old songs, and the audience just stared at us. It was a very strange experience. Those were the words of Ricky Nelson, reflecting on the struggle of a man out of time.
Do you remember him?
For decades, his face was a staple of the American living room, a symbol of warmth, youth, and the holiday spirit.
But what if the very season meant for joy became the final chapter of his life?
Today on Prestige Buzz, we're uncovering the heartbreaking reality of Ricky Nelson's final Christmas. Behind the decorations and the festive cheer, there were silent struggles, financial ruin, and missed warning signs. Stay with us as we explore how a life remembered by millions came to a sudden, heartbreaking end. Before we begin, if you love deep dives into the legends of Tinseltown, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Prestige Buzz, and hit that bell notification so you never miss an untold story. Ricky Nelson entered the world on May 8, 1940, already bathed in the spotlight. As the second son of Harriet and Ozzie Nelson, his path was pre-written. Yet, the boy behind the idealized TV image was a frail, introverted child struggling with severe asthma. While audiences adored the witty, improvising Ricky on the adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, the real Ricky was under his father's thumb.
Ozzie Nelson was a perfectionist who controlled everything, from Ricky's comedy timing to his bank account.
Despite earning more in a week than many adults did in a year, Ricky was kept on a meager allowance. This planted the seeds of a lifelong struggle. He was a global superstar who lacked the agency to control his own life. In his teens, Ricky found his rebellion in a new sound, rock and roll.
Elvis Presley became his North Star. For a boy raised in a household of strict rules, the slicked-back hair and the driving beat of a guitar were a way to finally scream.
His musical career started as a boast to impress a girl, but it turned into a cultural phenomenon. In 1957, after a live performance on The Family Show, the world exploded. The term teen idol was created specifically to describe him. But even at the height of Ricky mania, his parents intervened. When he fell deeply in love with singer Lori Collins, his mother, Harriet, fearing a loss of control, ensured the relationship was severed.
Success was paramount, Ricky's happiness was secondary. At 16, Ricky narrowly escaped death when he rolled his sports car on Sunset Boulevard.
It was a literal and figurative warning of the fast life he was leading.
His father, ever the businessman, used the publicity to further fuel Ricky's music career. He was soon outperforming even Elvis on the charts. He starred in Rio Bravo alongside John Wayne. It seemed the world was his, but the music industry was about to change forever. The British invasion hit America like a tidal wave in the early 60s. Overnight, the teen idol was a relic. In a desperate bid for reinvention, he dropped the Y and became Rick Nelson. His personal life followed his career into a downward spiral. He married Chris Harmon in 1963, a wedding he later admitted felt like an obligation due to pregnancy. As the hits dried up, the marriage crumbled under the weight of financial stress and substance abuse. In 1971, Rick faced a brutal moment at Madison Square Garden where he was booed for playing new material. He channeled that pain into his last great hit, Garden Party. The lyrics said it all: you can't please everyone, so you've got to please yourself. By December 1985, Rick Nelson was a man exhausted. He was broke from a bitter divorce and desperate to keep his band paid. Despite a paralyzing fear of flying, he refused to travel by bus, clinging to the status of his own private plane, a 1944 Douglas DC-3. The plane was a mechanical nightmare. It had belonged to Jerry Lee Lewis and was held together by hope and duct tape. On Christmas Eve, Rick hugged his children goodbye, promising to be home soon. He was heading out for a series of holiday shows in the South. The warning signs were ignored, the engines had failed on previous legs, the aircraft often wouldn't start and had to be pushed, and shows were being cancelled due to mechanical trouble.
On New Year's Eve, 1985, mid-air over Texas, a mechanical failure led to a fire. The plane clipped the trees and erupted in flames. Rick, his girlfriend Helen Blair, and his entire band perished. Only the pilots survived.
The tragedy didn't end at the crash site.
In a final act of family control, the Nelsons refused to let Helen Blair be buried near Rick. At his funeral, attended by hundreds, her name went unspoken. Ricky Nelson was the boy who grew up in our living rooms, a symbol of a simpler time. His death at 45 wasn't just the loss of a singer, it was the end of an era. He spent his life trying to please a father, a family, and a public that always wanted him to stay Ricky, even when he was desperately trying to be Rick.
What is your favorite memory of Ricky Nelson? Was it a song, or a moment from the show? Let us know in the comments below.
If you found this story moving, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps us keep the history of Hollywood alive here at Prestige Buzz.
Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop.